Unit 3.
Brian, I'm not going to mince words. You have really let yourself go. You've gotten so out of shape that I'm worried about your health.
Is it that bad?
Yes. You've gained 30 pounds this year. You just sit around eating chips and watching TV. You've totally let yourself go.
I'm just so stressed out at work. Once I get home, all I want to do is relax.
Look, I'm not saying that you have to get ripped, but I do think that a little exercise and healthier food would make your life less stressful.
Well, I'm willing to try something new.
Cool beans. I was thinking we could start walking every morning, and we could try this paleo diet for a month.
Paleo diet?
It's a thing. Everyone's doing it. You eat no grains, beans, or dairy, just meat and vegetables.
Do chips count as vegetables? I'd be more motivated if chips were okay.
Brian, the goal is to get into shape.
I know. Idioms. To not mince words. To speak honestly and directly. Susan hasn't been completing her work on time. This week our boss had a meeting with her, and she did not mince words. She told Susan to improve her work or she'd be fired.
To let oneself go. To be careless in one's appearance and/or health. Robert started eating a lot of fast food, and then he started gaining weight. He needs to change his diet. He's let himself go.
To get into shape. To be in shape. To be physically fit. To be out of shape. To not be physically healthy. I hurt my leg and couldn't work out properly for 6 months. After that, I was so out of shape.
To get ripped. To be ripped. To have a muscular and athletic body. My New Year's resolution is to eat right and start a weightlifting program. I want to be ripped by this time next year.
It's a thing. It exists. I met a friend at a sober pub the other night. It's a bar that only serves cocktails with no alcohol. I never knew these existed, but apparently it's a thing.
Lesson 18. Unit 1. Hey, what's up with Dan?
I don't know. What do you mean?
All I did was ask him a simple question about the meeting on Friday, and out of the blue he bit my head off. It's not like Dan at all. It really caught me off guard.
Oh no, it sounds like his stress levels are off the charts.
Clearly. I mean, geez, all I did was ask a simple question.
Yeah, well, he's dealing with some personal issues right now, and I think he's been keeping it bottled up.
Well, that's good to know, but I wish he hadn't taken it out on me. It really ruffled my feathers.
I can see why you'd be upset. I'll go talk to him. Sounds like he owes you an apology, and maybe he should take a day off and relax.
Idioms. To bite someone's head off. I think Frank really frustrated Tim. Normally Tim is calm, but he got mad at Frank and bit his head off.
To be caught off guard. We knew there would be a thunderstorm, but the strong winds caught us off guard.
Off the charts. Oh my gosh, this pizza is so delicious. The flavor is just off the charts.
To keep something bottled up. It's never good to keep your feelings bottled up.
To ruffle one's feathers. Ryan implied that Katie wasn't working fast enough, and that really ruffled her feathers. Unit 2. We went to the Smiths' Christmas party last weekend, and I was totally caught off guard by their Christmas light display.
Off the charts, isn't it?
Oh my God, yes. I think they used something like 100,000 lights.
But Mary Smith doesn't like doing those lights every year.
Really?
No, she says it takes weeks to install them, keep them up, take them down, and store them. Her husband loves them, but she's really tired of them.
Well, that explains why she bit Megan Costa's head off.
Oh, Megan was at the Christmas party too?
Yes, and she mentioned something about someone else in the neighborhood who had put up 150,000 lights this year.
Well, I can imagine how that would ruffle Mary's feathers.
Yes, indeed. And it sounds like she must be keeping a lot of stress bottled up. Idioms. To be caught off guard. To be shocked by something because you are not prepared for it. My colleague made some very inappropriate remarks in a meeting. I was caught off guard and did not know what to say.
Off the charts. Out of the normal range, beyond expectation. They just bought a new Tesla. The technology in that car is off the charts.
To bite someone's head off. To speak angrily to someone. Her teenage son has been really difficult lately. Yesterday he used the car but didn't put more gas in it. When she found out, she bit his head off.
To ruffle one's feathers. To upset or annoy someone. Even though I'm great friends with her, she didn't invite me to her wedding. That really ruffled my feathers.
To keep something bottled up. To keep difficult feelings inside rather than expressing them. If you're upset about the situation, say something. No use keeping it bottled up.
Unit 3. Oh boy, I feel so badly about what I said to Dan.
Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good. What happened?
My workload the last 2 weeks was off the charts. I was working 12-hour days and I was under so much pressure.
This still doesn't sound good.
I was totally stressed out, and I was working on a project that wasn't my area of expertise, so I wasn't feeling very confident either.
Still not good.
So, Dan comes into my office and was just joking around about how I wouldn't be able to handle the workload. He was just trying to make me laugh.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
I didn't realize how much stress I had kept bottled up inside, and I bit his head off.
Oh, dear.
Even I was caught off guard by my own reaction. He was trying to be funny, but he really ruffled my feathers. I feel awful about it.
Well, you can still go talk to him. I'm sure he'll understand. But that's probably the last time he tries to tell you a joke.
Idioms. Off the charts. Out of the normal range, beyond expectation. She was very sick, and when they checked her blood pressure, it was off the charts.
To keep something bottled up. To keep difficult feelings inside rather than expressing them. He's a quiet guy and doesn't share much. He tends to keep his true feelings bottled up.
To bite someone's head off. To speak angrily to someone. All I did was ask him if he wanted some coffee, and he bit my head off. That's the last time I offer him some coffee.
To be caught off guard. To be shocked by something because you are not prepared for it. He dyed his hair purple, and when I first saw him, I was so caught off guard that I just stared at him with my mouth wide open.
To ruffle one's feathers. To upset or annoy someone. My team won the championship and his lost badly, but I didn't say anything about it because I knew it would ruffle his feathers.
Lesson 19. Unit 1. Kathy, did you hear about the meeting?
No, did it go well?
It was a total train wreck. Vanessa was reporting on some of our projects and said that Claire's team had failed to meet its goals.
What? But that's not even true. Wow, Vanessa really threw Claire under the bus.
I know. I was completely shaken up by her behavior. How could she be so unfair? I wanted to say something, but I held off because I was afraid that I would say the wrong thing. Obviously, Claire was upset, but she did her best not to lose her cool.
So then what happened?
So Brian, you know he's on Claire's team, took Vanessa to task and started asking her what proof she had to say that they had not met their goals. Girl, I was so glad when that meeting was over. It was a hot mess. Idioms. A train wreck. That dinner last night was a train wreck. First, the food was cold, then they ran out of drinks, and finally the waiter dropped a bowl of ice cream on one of the guests.
To throw someone under the bus. I was told to prepare some information for a meeting this week, which I did. But once I was at the meeting, my coworker asked me to discuss something completely different. When I told her that I had prepared something different for the meeting, she accused me in front of everyone of not being very organized. She threw me under the bus.
To be shaken up by something. I could not believe that the president insulted members of Congress. I was so shaken up by his words that it made me doubt our political system.
To hold off. We want to buy a house, but we have to hold off on doing this until we have saved more money.
To take someone to task. I didn't do a very good job on my essay for French class. My instructor was not pleased and took me to task. I had to correct every mistake.